What is up, odd ones? We're back with episode 2 of my Invasion Log. Last time we messed around with dual S-stocks, and if you missed that, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a good time. Today though, we're bringing in 2 Bandit curved swords with bleed, and we're adding lightning damage to our dagger to make our parries more lethal. If you're interested, you can find the specifics of the build within the video description. Now let's go protect our Draconic Tree Sentinel friend. Alright, so right off the bat we managed to interrupt these two before they started their boss fight. They did lose their NPC summon because they stepped out of range, but that's just good news for us. But we are going to start in on the furled finger first, just to be polite. The host doesn't really seem to want to stay out of it though. He's pretty insistent on being involved, and he does start to screw us up here, so if he doesn't stop, we might not be able to ignore him for very long, especially with a hunter coming in. And they do start to beat on me pretty good here, so we are going to pull out the shield. And we are going to try to even the playing field right here and now. There it is. Alright, so we got rid of the finger. Now we're going to see if we can't get to the host before the hunter gets here. Get our heal off. Now, I really don't know how people keep making it this far in the game when both of these individuals were fat rolling. That's just crazy to me. But somehow they did. Now he goes for this jumping attack, which is a huge mistake, man. That delay after that attack is just huge, and it gives such a big opportunity for a backstab, which we take advantage of. Now these individuals had no idea I was here. I don't know where they were looking, but it was not at me. And we almost managed to finish off the finger because of it, but we don't quite manage it. Our Clean Rot Knight friend here is not allowing it, but we do see them swinging kind of wildly, so we're pretty sure, yep, that we can get that parry, and we do. His friend is very upset, but they do survive it. Unfortunately, their friend does not. Now, we did manage to get that second one right after because we had it queued, just on the off chance that they kept swinging, and they did. So we can see our Clean Rot buddy is a little bit pissed off now. That's okay, that's okay. We move in and we're going to try to finish it off and show him who has the better dual swords, but it doesn't go according to plan and we almost die. So we're going to heal real quick and then go in again. Now we're just not connecting, unfortunately. It's not working out. Her rolls are very well timed. So we are going to go for the parry again. We're going to see if we can't bait her out. We give her a little smack to see if she responds, and she does. Wham! And that's the end of you, my friend. I don't think you survive it this time. We'll hit her with the bow, though, because she was fun. We do like our dual katana friends. A little bit of stutter framing there. Now, we notice that he's got dual spears right off the bat. So that running attack's coming, and we're prepared. But he does survive this, and by the amount of health he survives this with, he seems like he might be a little bit of an over-leveled summon. So we're going to try to finish him off right off the bat. Unfortunately, Bloodhound steps in, and we can't get it. We're going to have to give up on that. He does manage to get his heals off, and he's using Hoarfrost Stomp, so that's something to be aware of. So he pulls out the Bandit's curved swords, which we can't really complain about since we're using them as well, right? But that running attack is just as vulnerable as the running attack with the spears, so we're going to see if we can't line it up just like we did with the last one. And we think that this is it, but it just doesn't turn out to be it. However, he does follow it up right afterwards. His friend does stop us from punishing it, though, and unfortunately, this attack hits way further than I think it's going to. And we definitely going to lose that one. They're very proud of themselves, which, you know, why not? This summon seems to have stepped away from his boss fight, which is good for us. He does manage to run us around for quite a bit, though, and get the heal off, which is unfortunate. We do see dual katanas, though, and you know how we like to handle dual katanas. Oh, all right, we got 2 sets of dual katanas. That's 4 katanas. Let's see if we can't parry both of them. That would be nice, right? If we could get the parry at the same time. All right, well, that timing was atrocious. Let's not do that again. And we kind of screw it up, but we do manage to get the second one. Unfortunately, it looks like the boss has decided that that's over. Once again, we've got a finger that has stepped away from his friends, so we're going to try to take advantage of that opening before he gets back to them. He doesn't fall as quickly as we're hoping, though, and he does manage to make it back. Unfortunately, one of those friends seems to be an NPC. And you know, the NPCs, man, they're just not that great at PvP. They try, Look at him. Look at all the effort he's putting in. But it just doesn't work out, unfortunately. We're just going to avoid him. And once again, we got ourselves a dual katana, bro. And you know what's probably going to happen to dual katana, bro. You know, I can't help myself. Especially because two of the most annoying weapons in the game are katanas. So, you know, it's just hard not to. But we have something different this time. It looks like we've got 2 whips and the Radagon's greatswords. Now, Radagon's greatswords, as long as he's two-handing them, you can parry them. And I thought he was going to stay out of this fight for a second, but then we saw his frenzy cast and decided we were just going to remove him from the fight, you know? That seemed easier. Now, me and Whip Bro trade back and forth for a long time. There's a lot of dodging, a lot of missing, until finally, Skeleton Bro gets involved. And I just love when these things fly around. It's hilarious. And it does manage to help us out here quite a bit. I honestly thought he was going to go down, but he manages to stay up for a little while longer. Skeleton Bro's not giving up, though. He's become our best friend in this. And hopefully he starts flying again, because I can't parry these whips. And he does seem to be outclassing me here damage-wise, which is a little unfortunate. Probably has a lot to do with his range as well. But we do have the upper hand on him for just a moment, and he just barely manages to pull it out, unfortunately, in the end. But, as always, Skeleton Bro is there, finishing the job for us. So at first I thought he was summoning in another friend, but then nobody showed up. So I decided just to run in. And we almost get him right off the bat, but then we have to avoid his NPC's butt slam, unfortunately. And he turns out to be just a little bit harder to catch than it might appear. He does manage to avoid us for quite a while here, actually. And we really do screw up our roll catch multiple times, so I guess that's kind of on us. But we've got a hunter coming in, so you know we're going to have to finish this off quickly. That's just how it has to be, and as soon as we see wild strikes, we're pretty certain that we're going to get it. Although it doesn't turn out to be with wild strikes. That's alright. And right at the end there, you can kind of see his hunter show up. He's a little late. Believe it or not, we're actually going to use Carian Retaliation for something other than a parry. Now, we do get a decent amount of damage in here, so right away we try to apply pressure to keep this man from healing. And just so happens to break his guard, which is a little unfortunate for him, as his host comes flying out of nowhere. Now, we did try to get the parry off on that because we noticed that he's one-handing that sword, but it doesn't quite work out. Unfortunately, to hold that sword, they probably had to make some concessions stat-wise, which leads to this guard break. However, we completely miss somehow and do absolutely no damage, which is a little unfortunate, a little frustrating, but in the end, we do manage to finish it off with just our good old running attack. Goodbye, my friend. Now, it looks like we've got ourselves another dual katana bro here, but it may not be a katana. That may actually be, what is it, the Wakizashi or whatever, the tiny dagger katana thing. It looks like he still gets the katana moveset out of it, though, so I'm really not sure, I'll be honest. But you know how we deal with katanas. We are going to try to parry it. And I've never successfully parried Bloody Slash. I'm not really sure if you even can. I should probably look that up. But we do manage to get our signature parry on the katana. Unfortunate, my friend. Now, I do feel a little bad about this because he goes for the bow, and we just immediately start in on him, which was not necessarily my intention, but I didn't react quick enough. So we do back up here, and we're going to hit him with a bow real quick, just to be polite. And now, no mercy. No mercy, my friend, especially using that weapon. I hate that weapon's weapon art. I feel like you should be able to parry that weapon's weapon art, and you can't, so... Not a huge fan of it. We're not going to let him heal, and we're just going to move on. These individuals are obviously unaware that I'm immune when I first arrived, so we do take full advantage of that. And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like we've got ourselves 2 sets of katanas, so we pull out our shield, and then they make the most puzzling decision of the day. I have no idea why they decided to start this boss fight, but I am going to take full advantage. Unfortunately, I don't realize that I pulled my dagger out, and it really screws up these running attacks. I think I might have had him, honestly, otherwise, but We switch back, and we start in on him. He does manage to escape, though, unfortunately. And what do you know? It's our old friend Moonveil. We haven't actually seen a lot of Moonveils today, and we really suck at parrying it. For whatever reason, I just don't ever get the timing right. But you know what we don't suck at parrying? We don't suck at parrying katanas. And this man is obviously unaware of that, so he goes flying in, and we quickly dispose of him. I don't know why his summon never got involved, but his summon never got involved. And good for us. We're gonna run on in and ruin these individuals' boss fight. He does manage to avoid me right there, which is really unfortunate because I'm pretty sure that would have been the end of him. But we go ahead and chase him away from the boss fight. His host does not come with him though, which is a little unfortunate because they may have actually got me if he had. I don't pull out the parry here. I'm pretty sure I don't need to, and luckily I don't. So we are going to heal up and we're going to run on over and say hi to the host. He seems pretty preoccupied. I don't think he even realizes that we're running up on him. And from a distance, I can see that we've got ourselves a katana, bro. You know what's going to happen, right? I'm pretty sure that if you've made it this far in the video, you definitely know what's about to happen. And it does. Guys, don't go for that third attack. If somebody's trying to parry you, just don't. Don't go for running attacks. Don't go for the third sword swing. I'm not sure why this man is just running across the plains not paying attention, but we decide to run him down. It seems a little sad though because he's fat rolling, he doesn't really seem to know what's going on, so we just decide to make it nice and quick. I am curious as to why he left his summon all the way down there, but whatever. Now this man's got a shield, which becomes our number one priority. We got to get rid of that, so we're just going to throw throwing knives until it's gone. There we go. Now I do actually mistake his friend for an NPC, which turns out just fine because his friend behaves like an NPC and doesn't really get involved here, which kind of seals Mr. Katana's fate. You know how we deal with katanas. And right about now is where we're realizing that that's not an NPC and really questioning why he didn't get involved, but whatever, we'll take it. Now I'm not sure if I've mentioned it, but the thrusting attack that this sword has is just wildly frustrating to me. I just can't seem to wrap my head around what I'm supposed to do with it. So we do step off, only to find out that he also has Thunderbolt, and he almost gets us with it. We do manage to avoid it though, so that we can get a heal off. And I pull out my shield here to Carian this arrow, and for whatever reason I just don't. We take it right to the face. But that's alright, so we're just going to stand here and see if we can't bait out the sword. Here he comes. Bam! You should not have used a one-handed attack, my friend. Now honestly I mistake this for the end of the match and it turns out that it's not. So we go back for our caster friend. Now we know there's a hunter here somewhere, but I swear man, these hunters never show up. So we just decide to go ahead and pull out the bandit swords because there's nothing for us to really carry in here. And we're going to see if this man has any vigor. And newsflash, he does not. There is no vigor left. But that is going to be it for today, guys, despite how bad this hunter wants to get involved. I hope you enjoyed episode 2 of the Invasion Log. If you have any build suggestions, I'd be happy to read through them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for the next episode and leave a like if you'd like to help this video reach more people. Until next time, thanks for being here.